found myself doing more and more with him. And then one day he called and said, right, we're going to do Michael Jackson's first solo album. Okay. But that was after I had actually met all the brothers. So how I met the Jacksons was there's a dear friend of mine, Bobby Colombi, who was an executive producer at CBS at the time. And, you know, he had talked to me about getting more into arranging. And I said, well, I don't know. I mean, I'd done a good amount of arranging in other situations, but he was very encouraging, and he said, you know, you should do more arranging. As a matter of fact, here's who you're going to be doing it with. Next thing I know, I'm in a room with the Jacksons. Like, okay, well, hi, guys. I guess we'll be working together, so hi, how are you? And that was for Destiny, right? And so he had me do rhythm arrangements, and rhythm arrangements simply means, you know, just arrangements for the core band, for the rhythm section. Other people did string and horn arrangements, but I did the rhythm arrangements because, you know, it had to be funky. You know, it has to be funky. So, no, that's not one. So, the first song that I did an arrangement of was this really bubblegum pop thing called "Blame It on the Boogie," right? And it was really bubblegum and really white bread. Some of this, I think some band out of Great Britain, and it was like, "Don't blame it on the night, don't blame it on the moonlight, don't blame it on the good times, blame it on the boogie." I'm like, well, what am I going to do with that? So I was still with Stevie at the time, so my first thought it was always, and kind of still is these days, is, well, what would Stevie do? Right? And that's how we approach it. What would Stevie do? So it's like, so okay, well, that's not gonna. That has to stay, but we have to establish, we have to establish a mood for this because it's just too bubblegum and for them, and they're trying to get out of that. So how do we do that? So I came up with and it just went on from that, you know. So don't blame it on the So they kind of like that, and we kind of went on from there, and on and on and on and on, and then finally, the next thing I know, I'm doing this. And that part they came up with, it was the only thing happening musically, along with the Killer medley, you know, and let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground, that's it, right? So, but they didn't have much else going on rhythmically, so I thought, well, okay, well, how can we make this really stand out? So I came up with the drum part. It was me, you didn't know that. If this was together, I'd show you how it goes, but I can actually play the drum part. I can play the whole thing myself. But the drummer that we used was a brilliant studio guy named Ed Green. He could not play the whole thing at once. So he had to do it in 3 different parts. So he started out with, you know, just the main thing, just the main groove. Right? And then he would do the tom parts, which go like like that. And then finally, the third part is the hi-hat, the magic hi-hat part that goes. But I can do the whole thing all at once, right? So, but it turned out to be really cool, and it surprised the brothers because they had no idea, you know, what I was thinking about. They're like, how is this going to work? But when they saw it finally come all together, they got a kick out of it, and they were impressed, I guess.